Everybody, Sarah here. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. So many people always want to know, what's the difference between courting and dating? And my response is the spelling. I mean, it's not so much of the wording as it is in the practice. So many people say that they're courting, but it's really no different from how the world dates. As believers, our philosophy and our practice towards dating cannot be the same as the world. Obviously, the Bible does not discuss dating or even courtship for that matter. The only thing discussed is engagement and marriage. So, as believers, how do you get to marriage in a way that is honoring to God and to the other person? I believe that as believers, our dating differs in 3 ways and helps us get to marriage in an honoring way in purpose, purity, and protection and community. Have y'all been noticing and loving these alliterations that I've been having? Okay, just wanted to throw that out there. But anyways, like I said, number 1 is purpose. The world dates just for kicks and giggles, because they're bored, to have sex, to get a free meal, ladies. Let's just be real. And for a lot of other reasons, right? As believers, we are to pursue romantic relationships with a greater goal in mind. The purpose of relationships is for evaluation to see if this person is meant to be your spouse. We are to pursue romantic relationships with marriage as our goal. If this is not your purpose, then why are you in a relationship? You're ultimately just wasting each other's time, energy, money, and emotions. If there's no purpose to the relationship, then there probably won't be any concern for purity and there will be no protection and community because you're really just wandering around aimlessly with no goal in mind and just kind of seeing where the relationship will go over time. And again, just wasting each other's time. And I love how Joe said it in his video. If you ain't aiming for the ring, then most likely you're aiming for the bed. And let me just kind of put this out there. Courtship does not automatically guarantee marriage. Remember, this is a time for evaluation to see if this person is meant to be your spouse. The evaluation period will either lead you to closer towards marriage or further away from each other. And either way, both options are good. So number 2, with the American style of dating, there is absolutely no concern with purity. Since sex is natural, if you feel it, then just do it then, right? But if this person is serious about honoring God, then they will be serious about purity and exercising self-control. And remember from last year's video, purity is more than just abstaining from sex. In order to guard your purity, boundaries are huge. People don't like to talk about boundaries and, the word is kind of almost seen like a cuss word, but they need to be discussed and agreed upon before they are needed. With that being said, you need a couple outside of your relationship to hold you accountable, which takes me to my last point, protection in community. And we all have probably heard and know this scripture, where there is no guidance, a people fall, but in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. Again, very familiar scripture, right? The thing is, you don't ever want to isolate yourself from community. And especially during such a crucial, sensitive time like seeing if this person is meant to be your spouse or not. The thing is, you want people to hold you accountable to your relationship standards, but you also want people to help you examine this person and guide you through the dating process. We can often be blinded by infatuation and miss huge red flags that our community will quickly notice and point out to us. And I even think that group dates or community outings are a great idea, not just for accountability and purity reasons, but even just to aid in that evaluation process. Because first and foremost, birds of a feather flock together. So if all of their friends are getting drunk every night and getting high and nobody works, guess what? Billy and Susie are the exact same way. And if that's the case, who is going to hold Billy or Susie to a higher standard? Who's going to check them when they're going left field? And notice that I said friends, not people that they're trying to minister to and disciple. And the second reason I think that this is a good idea is the thing is you're going to see this person interacting with their community, and because they're with their community, they're comfortable. They're not going to be able to fake it. You're going to actually get to know their community and truly get to see this person for who they really are, and they're going to be able to get to know who you are as well. And I know that much of what I said, especially in reference to community, is taboo. It's drastic in reference to dating from what our culture has been lying and telling us for all these years. But again, as believers, our philosophy and our practice in reference to dating should be drastically different from our culture, right? But for this video, I have 2 resources that I want to share with you all for this video. Y'all, I have read so many books and articles and blogs and watched so many videos on marriage, it's not even funny. But anyways, the first resource, I have 2 of Joshua Harris's books that I want to share in this video. And the first one is I Kissed Dating Goodbye. And I believe that he's done a revision of the book. Lately, the first edition has been getting a lot of flack. I don't know why. The first book was great and it helped me a lot. And the second book of his is called Boy Meets Girl, Say Hello to Courtship. And this book even has a lot of great date ideas and questions that correspond with the date to help, again, in that evaluation process and getting to know the other individual. So I really pray that this video was helpful and that somebody has gotten a better understanding of dating as a believer. Stay tuned for next week's video where we're going to talk about how do I know I'm ready for marriage. Grace and peace.